you used to see all the German planes going over. Some of them used to come over and drop their bombs sort of over Sidcup area and turn around and go back home. So they say, yes, we went to London and bombed London. Yeah. I thought it would be safer to drop their bombs over Sidcup and thereabouts. Yeah, but we used to see some sights. We had doodlebugs flying over. One nearly landed on top of us, and it sort of, as it was coming over, do you remember the doodlebugs?
I heard of them. Yeah.
They had like a where they got their jet propulsion from. They had like it was like a halo, like a big halo. It was sort of at the back, and that's where the sort of jet propulsion came from. And they used to make a terrible noise, and all of a sudden, stopped, and that was it. Used to just drop down. Some of them used to glide a bit. All depends on wind pressure, I suppose, and that, So most of them, as soon as that engine stopped, they just down they came, Right. But we had a doodlebug land about 200 yards from the house. We had a rocket, a massive great thing. I don't know where the planes used to drop them or what. It was no end of incendiary bombs. We had another 2,000-pound bomb at the top of the road. And we never even got a cracked window.
Lucky there.
Yeah, we were lucky.
So a lot of properties in that area and places were destroyed, or?
Yeah, a lot of my mates were killed, and yeah, two of my best mates, funnily enough, who lived about 200 or 300 yards down the road. They saw a flash, and it was a rocket landing about 200 or 300 yards down the road in Days Lane, where I lived. And what happened, they run in their garden under this big apple tree, and a big steel girder came flying through the air and killed them both. Landed right on top of them.
Terrible,
Yeah, terrible that was. Yeah, that was about 200 or 300 yards away where the rocket landed.
They'd gone there to get away from the thing.
And they just saw this flash. I suppose as it crashed, and it just blew about a dozen houses off the face of the earth, And this big girder came from nowhere, just out of the sky, and right through the. You can see, big, demolished the tree almost. Went through the tree, and where they was laying under cover. If they had just dropped down in the path outside, they'd have been all right. But they saw the flash. Well, was what we assumed. Saw the flash, and they ran indoors and under this tree, and boom, both killed. Yeah.
Were kids in Sidcup evacuated, or were you sort of deemed to be in a safe enough
area? A lot of me. Well, we had a chance, but me mum, she wouldn't let us go. She won the old school, I suppose, saying that if we're going to get killed, we'll be killed together, sort of thing. I don't know, but she didn't want us to leave. She wanted us to stay as one,
For you as a kid at the time, with all the bombings happening, was it very frightening, or was it exciting, or how did you
exciting, very exciting. We treated it as quite a big big thing, you know. So cool, blimey. Especially you see a big plane going over about 200 or 300 yards up in the air, very low, you know, and with a big German swastika on it. Yeah, the old cross thing.
Yeah.
Funny enough, my dad took us down Leysdown, the Isle of Sheppey. Have you ever been there, have you?
No, not really.
There's a big airfield there, funny enough, and well, I say funny enough, it was close to the airfield there that they used to. The bombers, German bombers, used to come over, drop all their bombs, and go back home, and because it was right on the seafront, and
So it was a target.
and Mum and Dad sent us down to Leysdown to get out of the way of the bombing. My dad had a small holding down there with a little bungalow, and we used to stay down there. Used to go down there a lot actually, and as I say, when we did go down there, it was when the war was on. To get out of the wars, we used to see more sights there, and what he did up in Sidcup, you know. And you used to see dog fights with Spitfires and that. You used to see old Spitfires with bang, 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 you know. Yeah, great. Used to see what we thought it was great, you know, being kids. You know, we thought it was wonderful, like, you know. Saw a Spitfire. Coming down, and saw the pilot standing on the wing, hanging onto the cockpit, ready to jump off. I don't know whether he had a parachute or what his was. He did, yeah, he did. I can remember now. He did have a parachute because he bailed out. I think what he was doing was because he got right down quite low, and it's sort of diving right down, nearly on top of us, sort of thing. And all of a sudden, it went up like that, and that was when he bailed out.
Was that in Sidcup or this other place?
No, this was in Leysdown.
Leysdown.
Isle of Sheppey. Yeah, and that plane, the Spitfire, we went over and had a look at it actually. Got bits of the plane off, you know, brought them home as souvenirs, like, you know, and. It showed you where it sort of crash landed, ploughed up all the field, and crashed into the bungalow. Killed a woman in there. Yeah, sad.